Corey.
I hope everyone has a ball.
We like sports and we don't care who knows.
Where are we at in society today?
I feel like I just destroyed my life in general.
Not for gay Jesus people.
There's a no-hitter right now, bottom of the seventh. Oh, never mind. No longer a no-hitter.
I will fucking drive to Seattle and give you a hand job.
The ceiling is the roof. Let's make it happen.
Can I get on this? Say my name right if you're gonna come on this fucking show, dude. I said Sam Darby. Sam Darby for Heisman.
Sam Darnold?
Darnold, whatever his name is. Ronald.
Say his name right if you're on the damn show.
Buckle up, buckaroo.
Fuck Philly.
And here we go.
Always a classic. Welcome to episode 96, November 13th, on the 2018 year of the Lord Jesus Christ. I am your host, one of many today, lined up. Also joined by Corey. Welcome,
What's
Corey.
going on?
Keeping your attendance record strong.
Trying. Last week was a little suspect.
Hey, you showed up. Participation counts. How was your trip in Phoenix?
Good.
Or not
after,
Phoenix, Tempe, whatever, wherever you were.
Yeah, after I saw you guys, I went to the Phoenix game. That's the infamous game now where they were booed at home. So
I didn't realize they got booed. That's how.
yeah, it's been all on the news. They're that pathetic.
All right.
They got beat by 20 points by the Nets at
Damn.
home.
Well, no wonder why.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got a busy show. No Steffan for a little while. Maybe later. Who knows? We're not gonna wait for him. Maybe we will. We'll see. We'll see if he shows up. I've got Joe coming on.
Is
shortly.
Is he talking about not showing up?
You know, you never can tell with this guy. You remember how he all of a sudden said he was gonna be here at like 8, or whenever we did this last time, and he ended up.
Oh yeah. It went a little late.
Way late, actually. We ended up having like our longest episode ever because of him. It was Halloween. Yeah. No hate. Just celebrate. You guys are going to be doing your own show. Well, not own show, but you guys are going to be doing the We Might Know Sports show next week. I'll be in Hawaii enjoying 80-degree weather and no snow like you guys have. Suckers.
I know. I came back home to this
Is
snowstorm today.
Is it too late to turn around?
Probably.
All right, let's see if we can get Joe on the line. Other than that, I didn't really have an eventful weekend. Syracuse won Friday. Let's see here. Well, Sounders lost Thursday. Syracuse won Friday. Saturday I had Tottenham win, I guess. That's my Saturday. And then Tampa, we'll talk in a little bit about, but they did not win. So, yeah.
North Carolina won. The Bengals lost. We'll talk a little bit about that later, too.
Oh, I wasn't even mentioning Syracuse because it's like so early in college basketball.
Oh, you were talking about their football?
Hey. Their basketball won on Saturday, too. I got a 2 for then.
And college football, Ohio State would be my team, and they won.
Well, whoop-de-doo. The college football playoff poll just came out. Corey caught me listening to it when he joined, and it looks like it remained the same top 4. So
What? So it's Alabama, Clemson, Notre Dame, and Michigan?
Yep. With Alabama unanimous, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with the top 4. That's why I haven't been taking my rankings this year that serious, because I don't like their system.
No?
Mm.
Well, what's your issue with it? We've got some time here.
My issue is UCF.
Oh, well, they
not
are
getting any love. How many games in a row have they won now?
22.
Yeah, come on. That's why I'm putting these joke teams at the end because they're undefeated, because I feel like someone's got to show them some love. If Buffalo happens to go 7-0, I think they deserve to be ranked. And they don't seem to care, and they don't do that. They'd rather rank a team that's 5-2 over them.
Okay, that's fair, but I mean,
in college, I don't have a problem as much because everyone loses. No one's undefeated.
It's true.
So I, you know what I mean? If Southern Illinois is not going to go undefeated in college basketball and get a shot, so it doesn't matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's a open field of 64. So if they were undefeated, they're going to get in anyways because they won their conference.
Yeah. I mean,
I just think it's a better system. It's a better system. It'd be hard to do in the football system. I get it, but
not really. We've had this discussion before where if you expand the playoffs to 8 games.
Yeah.
I mean, you can at least get the top 5 major power conference champions. I mean, everyone seems to be so stuck on how like the Big 12 can't get any love in the college football playoffs either because, no one plays anyone or they just luck of the schedule,
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I guess my next question is, while we're on UCF, is...
Oh, UCF.
Is UCF asking teams like, let's say, Georgia or an LSU to play them and being denied because those schools don't want to take that risk and lose the game that early? Or is UCF not even trying to schedule a difficult schedule?
Well, with college football, schedules are made like years in advance, except unless your name rhymes with Syracuse. I mean, excuse me. Obviously, it doesn't rhyme. It is Syracuse. Syracuse is one of the few schools that schedules like week of. Or not week of, but
year
of.
Well, even that said, I mean, why, if you're scheduling 3 years out, Georgia's a decent program. Let's just stick with that. Why not try to throw them on your schedule? Or is Georgia saying no because we know if we lose to UCF and we lose another conference game, we're out?
Yeah, something like that usually is the case.
That's what I mean. So I feel like UCF's being like blackballed from really getting a fair shake.
I know, like the NCAA, I believe, requires, or maybe it's just an ACC thing or some power conferences, but I know some of them require a Power 5 non-conference opponent. So you didn't get like Alabama playing the Citadel and Florida A&M and Tulsa type schedule, non-conference. And I pulled up UCF's actual schedule next year, and they'll be playing Stanford in Orlando and then Pittsburgh in Pitt. So
I have another question too.
Okay.
On this subject. Let's use, I don't know, Conor McGregor for an example, because I feel like he has a really... Actually, we could use the fight that just happened. Conor McGregor has a really, really good resume. He's kind of fought the who's who of the divisions.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw him go against Khabib, who had a gaudy, undefeated record, but a lot of people thought hadn't fought anybody. Were we not entertained? Were we not excited to see that? So why would college football think that we wouldn't be entertained by seeing UCF Alabama?
I don't know.
Who's to say that it wouldn't be? Who's to say UCF couldn't win?
I mean, look at it this way: if you had something like that, it would be easier to sit there and because Corey, they do have record like ratings for this college football playoff that they have now. So if you expand it to 8, you get 4 more games. I'm with you. I'm with you where you get this UCF matchup against, like, say, an Alabama, because that would most likely be the 8th. I don't know.
Well, I just wanted to put it out there for the fans or the people that are watching our show. That's why my rankings this year have been obscure. It's more been a boycott to how UCF has been treated. Next year, I'll go back to being realistic. But this year, I was just... Until UCF loses, maybe I won't be realistic because I think it's unfair what's happening to them.
Well, let's get Joe on the line and talk about the UCF game because I believe that is one of our picks for the week.
Yeah, UCF Cincinnati.
Yeah. Let's hope he can actually hear you this time, Corey, on this setup. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Joe. How's it going? Oh, I haven't even done
wonderful.
all the picks yet. All right. Well, we are Steffan-less right now, which is good for me at least because he kept up. You had a bad week last week in college football prediction. Iowa, Michigan State, and Fresno State didn't work out for you, but Oklahoma and Clemson did. Did you want to recap anything in particular? Did you want to talk about how Syracuse caused a football coach to get fired, or?
I think moving forward, more importantly for the college football playoff implication is the injury problems in Alabama, especially to their quarterback situation.
Yeah, that's true. You got Hurts in a cast on the sideline. And then Tua Toga, however you want to say it, the Hawaiian Thunder, I'm going to call him. He's questionable going into the Citadel, but they're looking like they're going to start him anyways, even though he's hurt. So, good job, Nick Saban. I mean,
maybe it must not be hurt that bad then.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see though if he does end up making anything worse. You know.
Absolutely, especially going into the, game against Auburn and then the matchup against Georgia for the Southeast Conference Championship.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you had Notre Dame sit their starter because he was hurt, so they could save him for Syracuse. I mean, what's this world coming to?
Yeah, he's gonna get hurt Saturday.
I mean, Notre Dame saving their quarterback against Florida State for Syracuse team. It's a weird college football season to say the least. You got Stanford having a down year on top of other schools. I mean, the top 4 just came out about 45 minutes ago, and it's the same as last week, so no movement there. Actually, in the top 10, I believe, and UCF finally getting a little love, I guess you could say. They're up to 11. So, their highest ranking. Syracuse came in at 12. If Syracuse wins this weekend, not to forecast your prediction for that, but I think we already discussed this a couple of weeks ago. Do you think they move into at least the top 7?
It's really hard what the committee will think. I think, they'll jump from who knows what the committee will think. I think they should be top 7, especially, 5 in a row, 5-0 in the second half of their season.
3-point loss to Clemson in Clemson, where they had a lead for most of the game. I mean, just looking at who would be in front of them, you have LSU at 7, Washington State at 8, West Virginia at 9, and Ohio State and UCF 10-11.
I think how far they jumped would depend on a lot on how those teams played.
Mm-hmm. Well, UCF has a big game as well. Well, let's hop into the predictions. We'll go along with the predictions and then go from there. We're starting off big. Notre Dame, Syracuse. Can't believe it. I actually just said this. Biggest game, maybe, possibly this week. On top of the second game we'll cover in a minute. Do you think Syracuse can pull it off, or are you going with Notre Dame?
I think Syracuse, would have to, like I said last week, has to play A games all the way around, and Notre Dame's got to play some B games. But then again, Notre Dame really hasn't played anybody all year either, so I think Syracuse has a chance. They need a couple of turnovers, a big play on special teams. Really don't want to pick against my boys, but I really think it's going to be a Notre Dame victory.
Wow. Looks like I'm the only one going with Syracuse. Oh,
and I'll be okay. I'll be okay with being wrong.
Notre Dame 9-point favorites going into that game.
I would definitely take Cuse with the points.
Yeah, I mean both of them.
Both teams can score. Both teams can score points. If she's got to stop the run, and like I said, they make some plays on defense. I think right now, with some injuries to the secondary, I'm a little concerned with that, not knowing where Scoop Bradshaw and Malafanu, how his injury's holding up. Doesn't mean Trill's not a good corner. It just means, now we're thin.
Malafanu.
He's one crazy Malafanu.
Can you say Tua Toga Bailoa?
I cannot.
Did I just say it right? I don't even know if
I think you did.
I felt good.
You got it. That was pretty confident. That was pretty confident right there.
Yeah. Hear 100 times a week. I'm sure eventually you're gonna say it right? What's the hardest name I ever said? Probably Nurmagomedov without stuttering. Can I spell it? No, but I can say it. All right, let's move on to the second game, college game day game, UCF Cincinnati. A big game for UCF. They haven't really played anyone. Cincinnati, 9-1, I believe, going into this game, into Orlando. Do you smell an upset? I don't even know who's favored in this one, but
neither team has really played anybody. So the two good teams that have played nobody. And Cincinnati even ranked at 9-1. That should tell you something.
They were briefly until they lost. I know that much.
Yeah, one loss and you're not ranked. Come on. But I want to see an upset. I would like to see Cincinnati win, but I think it's going to be Central Florida. And again, if Cincinnati wins, I won't be mad. Then everyone can just shut up about the college football playoff for them.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the... All right, Cincinnati is ranked 24th. I don't have odds, though, on the game. That's weird. So, ESPN apparently not ready to give up. Oh, all right. Cincinnati's loss is the Temple.
And Temple gave UCF a good game for a little bit, so...
I believe that was in Philadelphia. This one is in Orlando. You know what? Screw it. I got to make up some ground. I'm going Cincinnati with the upset.
Nice.
Bold.
Bold move, Cotton. Hopefully it'll pay off. Or Notre Dame. Why not? All right. Copy paste not working for me. Oregon, Arizona State. Looks like Corey and Steffan are going Oregon. I believe this would make Arizona State bowl eligible. Let's see here. Need to put the rankings next to them. Who are you going with, Joe? It's in Eugene. Joe?
Did we lose him?
I don't know. Got quiet. I know it's still technically on. Uh-oh. Coming, Joe. Coming. Well, we try and reconnect. Arizona State's already bowl eligible. They're 6-4. Both teams are 6-4. Oregon's had a couple tough games. Why are you growling? Oh, you see Corey? Corey, you're getting growled at by Brewer.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's try and get a hold of Joe.
He does not like me.
Apparently not.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Oh, his phone died?
Oh, maybe. Because that went straight to voicemail pretty much. Oh, stop. You're fine. It's just Corey. I know. He's scary. Fine. I'll turn him off. How about that? Make you feel better? That's weird. It's not like he's not seen. All right. Well, we try and get Joe's. Were you just feeling that he was going to Oregon? Is that why?
Yeah, really. Yeah, I just put that in there, kind of assuming, but I took it away.
That's obviously I'm going Sun Devils in this one because bias.
Or Cincinnati.
Again. Kentucky, Middle Tennessee State, close one. I set this up for myself pretty much. Middle Tennessee State, I'm taking.
I figured you were just trying to catch Steffan because you know his love of Kentucky football.
Mm-hmm. And then Texas, Iowa State. This is another good one. One of 3 games, I believe, between ranked opponents. Kind of scary that Syracuse is one of these. Texas, Iowa State. I mean, I did put a bold proclamation, though, behind me today. Syracuse is winning the championship next year. Just saying.
What kind of bowl do you think Syracuse is looking at if they happen to beat Notre Dame?
A good one.
Like the Cotton Bowl, the Orange Bowl. What kind of bowl?
Well, here's the thing. They got a trap game, possibly. Oh, I'm calling him myself. Look at that. What the I mean, so if we get a win against Notre Dame, they still got to beat Boston College.
Yeah, let's try this again.
All right. There we go. We can finish off with your picks. We've got Oregon, Arizona State, the next one. Corey was feeling that you were going to Oregon.
No, I'm going to Arizona State.
Ooh, all right.
Because Steffan's going to Oregon.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys trying to set me up.
I'm not joining him anymore.
I mean, you went with UCF and Notre Dame.
You went with Oregon, so they're going against Oregon.
We've got Kentucky, Middle Tennessee State as our oddball game of the week. Kentucky it is. And then Texas, Iowa State. The other big top 25 game of the week.
Went with Texas last week, I think, or the week before. They bit me in the ass, so I think I'm going to go I don't even know. Go Iowa State.
All right, so you join Steffan in picking Iowa State while Corey and I are going with Texas.
I will change that to Texas.
All right.
Is he going Texas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's fair enough. Anything else you want to talk about, Joe?
You guys got any questions? Heisman front runner.
I asked Kevin, Joe, what he thought. What kind of bowl do you think Syracuse would get into if they beat Notre Dame and finish out the season with wins, like the Cotton Bowl, the Orange Bowl? What do you think they're looking at?
So a 10-2.
Yeah.
SU finishes 10-2. They're looking at either Fiesta or Peach Bowl, and this is why. The Orange Bowl. So one of the those are the two semifinal games for the college football playoffs. So and that's what really hurts Syracuse this year when it comes to. I got it.
I believe what Joe said was because Orange Bowl and another bowl is the semifinals.
Com Bowl. Yeah, the Orange Bowl.
Oh, they're both the semis? Okay.
Yeah, so.
And the Orange Bowl usually has a tie-in. Babe, I was getting all that stuff. And the Orange Bowl has the tie-in with the ACC for the Group of Six or the New Year's bowl game. So the fact that they're hosting a playoff game makes it that more difficult for SU to get in. Put it down. Don't. Well, I'm not going to ask you again.
Wow. Not going to ask me again. What?
So I think it would be either Fiesta or Peach Bowl.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. All right, Joe. Any other questions? If we don't,
if we lose to Notre Dame and maybe beat Boston College, then maybe we're taking a trip to Orlando.
Camping World.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that
what I would like to see though? Is throw Cuse in the Peach Bowl against UCF and watch those offenses go up and down the field. Might be a 5-hour football game, but
those are exciting.
That would be pretty exciting.
What if Syracuse beat them, their first loss in 24 games or something like that?
That'd be even better.
Yeah.
Especially for the whole college game day debacle.
What debacle was that?
Like, you know, they decided to go to UCF. I get it. They don't want to. The pansy asses of college game day don't want to go in the cold weather another week.
I mean, there is more than one conference.
Get your vitamin, please, Belly. So, all right, guys, that's all I have.
All right, Joe.
All right, Joe. I will be not hosting next week. If Steffan calls you, that's on him.
I won't be available anyway. I have a varsity scrimmage in Oswego, 6:45 tip. So unless it's before 6:30, 6:15.
All right. Well, I'll let you and Steffan deal with that next week.
Sounds great.
If not, I'll send you the pics anyway.
All right.
All right. Have a good night, Joe.
Bye, Joe.
All right, guys. Take it easy. Bye.
All right.
All right, Kevin. We're gonna switch real quick over to Steffan's computer.
Well, if Steffan just logs on, it'll be a seamless one. I sent him one.
Oh, okay. Perfect. If you just log on. He says you haven't sent him one.
Yes, I did. Steffan Saxby 1.
Steffan Saxby 1.
Hangout? Google Hangout?
Yeah, he's on Hangout.
It's my personal one, not the We Might Know Sports. Send it again.
Yeah, send it again.
Or not.
Did you send it?
Yeah.
So yeah, something's not going great.
Let's do this then. Seamless is not my middle name, apparently.
Well, he just refreshed.
All right. Well, I just opened another.
He
window.
got it. He got it.
Yeah, I sent it from a different thing.
Oh.
No, there's Steffan. Corey can hang up live on air. Bye, Corey. All right. We replace Corey and replace him with Steffan. Hey, Steffan. All right. Welcome, Steffan.
What's going on?
To this bad house.
Yeah, you missed the craziness at Joe's.
The part getting started?
The vitamins and... All right. He changed a lot of his picks because of you, though.
Did he?
Oh, yeah. He was not confident in your picking ability.
Or is he just afraid? Is he?
He was afraid more than...
Since too many people are getting close to him now?
Well, he died.
With who?
With me.
How far back am I, too?
Yeah, we're all really close. You're tied with Kevin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're all friends here.
It's actually a race this year. It's not a...
Two-man. All right, so on to the NFL. I'm guessing, is that where we're going? Oh, we didn't cover question of the week. Question of the week last week, Corey. I waited for Steffan too because it was a heated debate about whether or not hot dog is a sandwich.
Oh boy.
You can.
Yeah, I voted.
Yeah, I saw. We at one point only had one vote for not a sandwich. Let's pull up this poll here. I haven't posted this week's yet, mainly because I wanted to see how you guys felt about it.
Yeah, you would update the question of the week here. That's okay.
Question of the week. Yeah, I don't do it on there right now. Been too busy. Oh, we got 14 votes. And all but one, yes. Or one vote yes, I should say. And the rest no. Hot dog is not a sandwich.
It is a sandwich?
What's that?
Only one person thinks that it is a sandwich?
Yep.
Is that you?
No.
Oh, you?
Although I was convincing myself. Steffan was...
I think I forgot to vote this time.
Oh.
So I said I was going to wait. I had to debate it more, and then I never actually took the time to debate it more in my own head. So I never voted. But I will do a... I want to call it like an honorary vote.
Have you ever heard someone say, "I can't wait to eat this hot dog sandwich"?
Listen, I've had somebody roll
Have
up.
you ever heard someone
listen.
say, "I am ready to eat this hot dog sandwich"?
It's one time.
This one time at band camp.
I rolled up on a barbecue. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I walk up, grabbed a beer, sat down.
This is a good sandwich.
Around. Came walking around, getting everybody's food orders in. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I go, hey, take a hot dog sandwich. So I called it a sandwich. So, I mean,
and then you got bitch slapped.
They brought it to me.
Wow. That whole story seemed like bullshit.
It was the most true story I've ever told.
This week's question, I think, is more or less just because of the passing of the late great Stan Lee. And that is, which billionaire, and I said billionaire because Black Panther is a trillionaire, which billionaire do you prefer? The Black Knight, aka Batman, or Tony Stark, aka Iron Man?
This is based on...
That's interesting because one of those isn't a Marvel character.
Mm-hmm. One DC, one... You know, we gotta keep it interesting. I heard this debate earlier too, so I had to continue this on to our shenanigans. I don't even know.
Are we just talking about those characters, or we're talking about those
just
movies?
those characters. Which one do you like better?
The character. You know, I don't know. I feel like Batman is kind of like dry at times,
like his personality.
Himself. Yeah,
he is. He's just a do-gooder.
Yeah. Or like Iron Man,
but with like a dark past. So that's why people are drawn to him, because he has issues.
Oh yeah, who doesn't have issues?
I mean, his parents were murdered.
Don't cry about it. Move on.
Whew, no sympathy here.
That's exactly what I tell my patients. Move on with your life.
And then you pull the plug.
I do not. For anybody listening that may or may not work in a hospital, I do not do that. It was a joke. It was a poor taste of a joke. It was a joke, nonetheless.
Steffan is now looking for a new job, by the way.
Anybody out in Seattle hired?
Amazon.
We're getting our own Amazon.
So anyways, what about Batman? A little dry.
A little dry. I think I like Tony Stark's personality a little more.
But can we get to the fact that neither one of these two have superpowers? Either one.
Well, they have.
Oh, they just have all the money in the world, so they make gadgets.
I mean, that's what I would do if I had all the money in the world.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
You'd be a gadget maker.
I'd be a gadget maker. Huh. I'd make all sorts of gadgets.
Flying suits, cars. Yeah.
That's why they're like two of my least favorite characters, because they have no powers.
They have the power of money. Damn it.
Damn it. Me and Kevin agree.
That is not a power I would want.
Apparently this is going to turn into, do you want money or would you rather have super abilities or super wealth?
I've already thought this whole thing through. I already know what the best power is.
Jesus. Let's hear it.
X-ray vision.
No.
Let's hear it! Or do you want to save it for a different day?
Well,
You can't remember.
I know what it is. It's the power to be any animal. If you want super speed, bang. Peregrine, falcon, cheetah. If you want super strength, bang. Rhino, elephant.
Animal man.
If you want X-ray vision, bang. You could have sonar and be a bat. They basically have the same
vision.
thing.
That's not even
It's close.
No, it isn't. Bats can't see through things.
There's some animal that probably can.
No, there's no animal that can see through things.
If you want to be able to swim super fast like Aquaman, bang, just be a dolphin. I mean, if you want to fly, that's self-explanatory. There's plenty of animals that can do that. What's the best one?
If you want to go to outer space.
Bang, be an alien.
That's not an animal.
Humans are animals.
Be an alien.
Aliens aren't humans or animals.
This is a whole other debate.
Oh,
Definition of an animal.
oh,
I haven't even sent you guys edibles. Jesus.
holy shit. I can't go down this road.
It's going deep.
I'm not deep enough for these beers yet.
We need to rein it back.
I was waiting for you.
And
to
honestly, I think I need a little more extracurricular activity before I start.
I mean, it is episode 96, which, if you reverse the number, is 69. If you want to go that deep.
Just get sexual.
Episode 51, and it was like Area 51 related. I was going with it, but 96 to 60.
I don't know where he was going.
Unless he's talking about being sexually molested by.
We gotta go to episode 420 for the weed one.
With an alien. Did you 69 with an alien?
Yeah.
Well, you've been listening to Lonely Island Records.
I mean, you just took this podcast to a whole nother level.
You're welcome. Let's rein it back. Let's talk about some sports.
That's good. Yeah, let's get it back into this.
NFL happened this weekend.
A little bit.
Let's do my takeaways so I can take care of Brewer here. Tampa Bay has a good math class. It's called 501 yards of production, and that equals 3 points. I think there was a couple of missed field goals in there. against the Washington Redskins. So Tampa's strong there. Now 3-5, I believe. I didn't even update our standings, so there's that. You guys want to add anything to that disaster going on in Tampa Bay?
I really thought that they were going to beat Washington because I don't care if Washington's 6-3. I think they suck.
They do suck.
Yeah.
But I think suck a lot more than the Redskins.
I just can't believe it. I really can't believe it. I thought the Bucs at home and
the Redskins are at least
with the ability to put yardage up. I thought they would score. I thought they would score.
The Redskins are at least like decent.
No, they're time managers.
Yeah.
Alex Smith.
That's what you get with Alex Smith.
Alex Smith doesn't make mistakes, and Adrian Peterson is somehow playing at a decent level at 33 years old, and that allows them the ability to manage the clock.
What did the Bucs start off at? 3-0.
2-0.
Since then,
they started 2-0.
2-0.
So who'd they beat in the meantime?
Saints, week 1.
No, I mean after the first two.
Oh. It's been so long. That was game 4. So they lost to Pittsburgh. No, that was game 4. They came back. They lost to Chicago. And then who'd they play after Chicago? Whoever they played after Chicago.
Lost to the Falcons.
Beat the Browns.
There you go.
There's their third win.
The Browns in overtime.
Lost to the Bengals. Lost to the Panthers.
Well, Cleveland only does overtime till this week, apparently.
Regardless, these Bucs are almost mirror image of your fantasy football team.
Jesus.
Coming off of a hot start and then just shit in the bed.
You know, whatever.
You want to talk about that? What, 90-point loss? How many points did you lose it by? 70?
You also had Big Ben. Get off me.
You don't want to talk about that? Oh, but you weren't even worried about it going against Thursday night. You were like, oh, let's wait to see what Phil Rivers does. Oh, look at Baker Mayfield making his move here.
Actually, I said he was heating up. Thank you.
But now you want to admit that Big Ben and Juju put up 62 points for me on opening night of the week
and closed it before.
Pretty much sealed the deal for you before it even began.
I just gotta win these next 3 games. Not even.
Division's 5-5 right now.
Oh, but last year it was because it was
a chance of playoffs.
Really?
They're both 4-6.
Scary stuff.
So it's a pretty close race. Oh no, really.
I wanted to make it interesting these last couple weeks.
The only person really that's out of it is Colleen.
Apparently.
But I think Joe's even. He's at 5-5, I think. 4-6.
He's 4-6. Don't call it a comeback. 6-4. You and Matt are both 7-3.
I'm going for back-to-back. I don't know what you guys are trying to do, but you ain't gonna stop me. This time I'll win it legit. You want to come get my way?
I'm
take
coming.
you out.
I'm coming this year.
You ain't even making playoffs. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't worried about you.
I'm the hottest team.
You're not the hottest
I'm
team.
averaging 158 points over the last 4 weeks. Who's doing more?
Me? Probably. Thought I was gonna break 200 this week. I was so excited and I didn't do it.
I thought I was trying to beat you. I was like, fuck. You started putting up big time. Damn, 170, whatever I got isn't gonna cut it.
Camara put up big numbers. Everybody was putting up big numbers for me.
I got Fournette back, boy. Watch out.
We'll pull
both my running backs put up over 20s.
He'll pull another hammy.
And my quarterbacks for a change decided to put up over 20s each.
All right, go on to your next. You're on your next topic.
The former San Diego Chargers, currently Los Angeles Chargers. Maybe the hottest team in the NFL behind the Saints. Winning 6 in a row. They look really good. They seem to be clicking, flowing. We'll see what happens this week. I forgot who they're playing against.
No. I mean, like, are we that excited?
I am. You guys.
Well, we don't need to debate it cheer.
Yeah, might as well cheer for your significant others.
Yeah. Actually has a decent shot. Hey, you guys want to make the picks while I go on to my third question mark here.
Want us to make the picks or like the teams?
Well, we don't have any picks for this week, so.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. I noticed that. I thought you guys would throw them in there before.
I thought Corey was going to do it.
We all thought somebody else was going to do it. Look at what we got here. Nobody did it.
How much stuff do you want me to do this week?
Well, I thought you were like free.
Oh, you were so proactive.
Yeah.
Doing all this other shit. You could have fucking just picked the goddamn games for us. But no. It's all right.
When is that?
Usually I'll throw them in there, but
Thursday's a good game.
Yeah. Also, on a side note, I guess this will be my third point, even though it's not really from last week. This week, the field was so bad in Mexico City that the Kansas City LA Rams game is being moved to LA since LA was designated the home game. NFL rules state that they have to keep their stadium open in case of something like this. Now, it's a little black eye because there's a lot of people that travel. I don't know why you're traveling to Mexico City. There are many other destinations like London I'd rather go to. But I guess if you're planning on going to see the Rams versus Chargers, there's one thing. But also, good news, if you were having second thoughts, the way the Rams have been playing lately, Vegas is refunding your money because bets made or site venue changes 8 days or less means you can get your money back. So if you, even though the point spread went from like 1.5 to 3.5 in favor of the Rams, you can still withdraw your bet if you think the Chiefs, which I would do if I was a gambler. Just saying.
don't do it. Don't do what he says. I find it funny because isn't like LA like the air quality like terrible right now?
Yeah.
So like either place like it's a shitty place to play right now. Like
last night it was considered really unhealthy.
Yeah, like
tear an
you're
ankle
moving into
or...
like a place. Okay, yeah, the field might be better, but the air quality is shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would probably almost rather play on a shitty field than fucking damage my lungs. They're probably gonna like hurt me for like the long term.
You're not going to tear that ACL, but you may pass out from lack of oxygen.
End up with some fucking cancer later on down the road, but hey.
Yeah, you only live once.
It's not good.
Have we picked a game for all 32 teams, by the way? This week?
I'm sure we I don't.
Probably.
I feel like maybe not the Cardinals.
Raiders, Dolphins.
Yeah, I don't see the Cardinals anywhere. Sorry, Cardinals.
Yeah.
When it was 49ers Cardinals, we should have done it.
Did we even pick the Bills? I don't think we picked the Bills either.
No.
I was just thinking that at some point we may want to show some other teams some love.
But they're awful teams.
Maybe if the Bills play the Cardinals?
Maybe.
This is why Steffan can't do it. He can't do an alphabetical order.
I didn't know that was the plan. I'm just doing it by favorite teams in order.
Ooh, Bucks rank above the Bengals. I appreciate that. Shout out.
Oh, actually,
the
Giants. The Giants rank above the Bucks and the Bengals. You guys don't hate the Giants. Well, I definitely want to do Monday night. No, that's not the time. It's not the time to do it.
It's the time.
It's not.
Corey, what are your takeaways from this week?
I can't see.
You can't see. That was an easy segment.
My takeaways this week, mentioned it a little bit. Maybe not on here to you guys. The Titans are turning the corner, it seems, after blowout wins against the Cowboys and the Patriots. I thought when they beat the Cowboys, it was just a sign that the Cowboys are bad. They went into Dallas and won 28-14. But Dallas hadn't lost at home yet, so it was kind of impressive. And then they go home and the Patriots come into town and they whack them 34-10. And I was like, okay, Tennessee, I see you. The Titans, I'm taking notice. Your defense is top 5. You're starting to run the ball better. Mariota actually looked good. Every other week he does, though. So they're a tough team to predict, but maybe they make some kind of run in the AFC, which is weak. So I took note of that. Number 2, I have Carolina will make the playoffs. I know people were sweating that they got crushed by the Steelers. I don't think it's that big a deal. Their next four games are at Detroit, win. Against Seattle at home, win. At Tampa Bay, sorry Kevin, win. At Cleveland, win. So they got a 4-0 streak coming up.
You honestly think they're going to beat Seattle no issue?
Yeah, at home? Yes.
I think Detroit and Seattle are decent games, but
even if they go 3-1, they're going to end up 9. They'll have 9 wins at that point if they only win 3 of those.
Okay, so it's 9-7.
They're going to make the playoffs.
How's that guaranteed making the playoffs?
They're going to make the
9-7?
Yeah, ask the Eagles.
I've never seen any team guaranteed to make the playoffs at 9-7.
They're going to make the playoffs. They aren't even going to go 3-1. I don't even really have to debate it. They're going to go 4-0.
You do have to debate it.
They're
going
to go 4-0.
Podcast
they're going to go 4-0. I'm not
gonna.
worried about it.
You want to bet? You want to make a bet on it? They don't
sure.
go 4-0?
I'll do another shot.
All right.
Might as well tax it on.
There we go.
Tax it on.
Looking to die one of these days.
And then
when I finally pay up on all these shots. I'm just going to drink a bottle because I don't even know how many shots I owe anymore. I'm just going to drink a bottle.
You owe a shotgun. I know that much.
I do owe a shotgun.
Then my last takeaway is the Bengals decided to fire their defensive coordinator after their pitiful output against the Saints. But let's be honest, their defensive output has been pitiful.
Hey, they brought on the Cleveland head coach.
Yeah, but that's what I need to get into. You announce Marvin Lewis is the defensive coordinator. Great, let's give him another fucking job. He can barely do head coaching right now. And then Marvin Lewis figures this was a perfect opportunity to hire my best friend. And they hire Hugh Jackson and name him the head coach assistant. I don't even know what that is.
The Dwight K. Schrute of the NFL.
They're just making up
They're just making up. The Bengals are just making shit up. Because they know that the
assistant
Bengals fans
to the
would
regional
go
manager
bananas if Hugh Jackson is all of a sudden named our defensive coordinator. So they're like, we can't name you that. You'll just be my assistant. And that way, I don't have to fully focus on the defense.
Is he allowed on the field then?
I don't know. He better be holding the clipboard and Marvin Lewis's wire to his headphones. That's all I want to see him do. And that's all my takeaways. The Bengals, you suck.
This week's Corey's You Suck is brought to you by Corey.
I was hoping it was brought to you by like Domino's or something.
No, not there yet.
Not there yet. All right, my 3 takeaways on the fly here. Patriots. Do you think they're in trouble maybe, or is this just a little fluke of a game?
No, I think Max Kellerman, anyone who watches First Take, has been saying Tom Brady was going to fall off a cliff at some point. He said it would be sometime next year, and then that didn't happen. So he said statistically it has to happen halfway through this year then. Week 10, he's a little late, but Tom Brady has his lowest completion percentage, his lowest yards per pass rating. He's gone 3 games now without throwing a touchdown. I think it's fair to say Tom Brady is starting to decline. And no Edelman. Gronk is hurt all the time, and Gronk has been awful this year. I think he wanted to retire this year. He should have. Yes, Patriots are in trouble. They're an aging team.
1 game? Or is Tennessee that good?
I don't think it's just that game. I think there's been signs. The only time I saw Tom Brady look active
2 weeks ago we were talking about him in the playoffs.
Well, I thought that he looked active and alive. Let me get to it. When he beat the Chiefs. When he beat the Chiefs, I was impressed. That was it.
He threw a touchdown last week.
What is it? Then he hasn't thrown more than 1 in 3 games? Probably.
Whoa, call the news.
I love how he'll change it. So he hasn't thrown more than 1. Watch week 8, he probably threw 3.
He didn't.
You don't even know though. Now you're kind of nervous.
He didn't even play.
There he is. Against Buffalo, he didn't throw that many touchdowns against Buffalo.
It's pretty sad.
Because they barely even scored going into like the 4th quarter. And then, yeah, he didn't throw that many touchdowns. Yeah, I mean, I think that was kind of a shock to see them go down to the Titans. I don't think the Titans are great. They've had like some surprise wins this year. Like Marcus Mariota likes to look good like every other game.
Are we putting any stock into the fact that 2 out of the Patriots' 3 losses were former assistant coaches to the Patriots?
That's another thing, yeah.
Do you really think that Vrabel and who was the other one that had his number?
Patricia.
The Lions beat them?
Yeah.
Okay. So Patricia and Vrabel really have Belichick's number because they know the system.
But I mean, it's only their first, like.
I feel like at the same token, though, like Belichick knows their
right.
What they.
I mean, does he though? Like they've never actually been head coaches, so it's like their first time, like having that chance to kind of be all in charge.
The only thing I can say about
because Patricia was just a defensive coordinator. It's not like he was calling offensive plays or anything. Not like he's. I'm not saying he's calling them all right now, but.
And the Titans have a little bit different personnel. They have Deion Lewis and some other pieces.
Did you see Deion Lewis's comment?
Yeah.
When you're cheap, you get your ass beat or something.
Should have been our quote.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was great. I looked. It was just like quickly cut away after that. I was like, "Oh, okay, that was nice."
The Detroit one, though, they really have the same team, so I thought it was a little more shocking. Like, there's no new personnel on the line.
Yeah.
There was nothing that Belichick shouldn't have been prepared for.
Yeah. I think Patriots will be all right. They always find a way to figure it out.
Well, they definitely benefit from being in the shittiest division.
One of the shittiest divisions.
Who's worse?
NFC East.
Possibly.
That's the only thing that's coming to my mind. I mean, cause...
going on that note, Eagles need to do something to turn this season around.
9-7.
It's a good possibility. 9-7. I'd like to see 11-5, but I'm probably not going to see that. I don't think they're going to win 7 in a row, especially with the Saints.
Rams.
They got the Rams.
I looked at the Redskins schedule. I think they're going 2-5 the rest of the way, so I think that leaves it open for the Eagles and the Cowboys.
I mean, they all of them are very much in it. They're 2 games back, the Redskins.
Yeah.
So everybody's very much in it. I think they play the Reds. They haven't even played the Redskins yet, so they still have to play them twice. So
I chalked that up as a split.
I'd like to see them win both, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, to get in the playoffs, I think you need to win.
Probably gonna have to win both.
Let's see here. Redskins remaining schedule: Texans, Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, Jaguars, Titans, Eagles.
That was the Redskins?
Yeah.
So they do play them twice still?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They got lucky to beat the Cowboys the first time. They aren't beating them the second time.
Maybe they're the Philadelphia of this year and winning those games.
Maybe.
Eagles, yeah. Last year, Eagles were winning a lot of close games. They were finishing them off. This year, not so much. They haven't been able to finish them off. I think defense is playing a big factor. Ronald Darby's out for the year now, tore ACL.
Mm-hmm.
Hurting an already hurt defense.
Because of the move Cooper put on.
No, shut the fuck up. Cooper does not put any moves on anybody.
Shook the shit up.
Shut up.
Tore his Achilles.
I'll stab you in the eye with this syringe.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Eagles'
Cooper
schedule.
changed the whole team.
Looking at the Eagles' schedule, the way they've been playing, I see them going 8-8.
That's what I mean. It doesn't look good for them either, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Look at the Cowboys' remaining schedule.
Cowboys really aren't that good, though.
But their last 3 games are like they're like 3 wins lined right up for them. They just have to perform.
But they could lose any of those games.
Cowboys have the Falcons, Redskins, Saints, Eagles, Colts, Bucks, Giants.
Right. Colts, Bucks, Giants. 3 wins.
Colts, I don't think are that bad. Like Andrew Luck's like fucking
number 1 defense. He's not going to tear that up.
They don't have the number 1 defense.
Yes, they do.
They don't. Yards wise?
No, overall, like
ESPN
real defense.
is not in your favor, Corey, on the Colts game. Colts are.
What do you consider
57.
the number 1 defense? Points?
Just get over here. Sure.
Well, just tell me what you think number 1, like
passing yards and rushing yards.
So yards.
And then points. I combined all 3 of them.
How do you combine all 3 of them? There's nothing. There's no thing that factors in all three of those.
You just do the median of where they place it each.
That doesn't make any sense. That sounds like a lot more work that you're not going to be able to do in the matter of however many minutes we're going to do this for.
It's going to be really easy.
All right,
at
well,
the top of everything.
Going on to my third, I'm going to let you work on that. I'm on my third topic here that I just saw and reminded me. Le'Veon Bell officially not playing this year.
Good riddance.
Good riddance, you say?
I was just tired of hearing about him. Go. Whoops. Wrong good riddance there. Closed that on the wrong window. All right, let's get them back on the line. At the shit show, why not? Let's get Uncle Steffan back on here. Whoops. Do, 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 do. There he is.
Hang up on me, son of a bitch.
There
You're going off on a little spiel, and you fucking. Then all of a sudden I start getting a ringtone. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
My bad. Apparently that window was important. I didn't think it was.
Tennessee ranks a lot higher than that. And if you do it by how I'm talking. That's it. The Tennessee just
Buffalo's like
just
one
shut
yards
someone out
wise,
to
right?
10.
That's what I was just told by some other Buffalo Bills fans.
Total yards. No, Baltimore's number 1. Total yards, Dallas, if that's what you go by, is number 6. If you go by points, they're second.
Either way, talking about Le'Veon Bell here. I do believe I also am very much sick of the headline of Le'Veon Bell, but
I'm all for it.
I don't think it's going to end
Power to the
with
people.
him. I agree with him. Like,
I'm fine with him holding out. I'm just sick of hearing about it. Just announce that you weren't going to play.
I think I'm actually happy that he like legit just said, "Nah, fuck you" for the whole year. Like, I'm not going to play. I'm not going to put that. Like, literally, it's just wear and tear on his body for the amount of money that he.
They were going to use him and then let him go.
Right. So
possibly, they possibly would have just franchised him again until he got hurt.
Right, and kept using him. Right, he wasn't going to play that game.
So now what happened? Like, will he, because he didn't sign the franchise, doesn't he have to sign the franchise tag to become, like, I don't even know how that works.
I've heard so many different stories, I couldn't even tell you.
I know.
Allegedly, he's a free agent next year.
That's what I thought. I thought
next year he's a free agent as long as he.
But I've also heard that Pittsburgh has a chance to match.
Oh, so he's like a restricted free agent or something.
That's fine. He probably, even if someone matches it exactly, he won't. Why would he go to Pittsburgh? He'd go to wherever the other.
But he doesn't get that choice.
Yeah, but
it's not like somebody matches and he goes, "Oh well, no." Like I'm pretty sure like if they match it, then they just get to keep him. But they have that choice to match him.
Pittsburgh doesn't really need him though. They've got Connor, who's come through for him.
I don't think they will either.
Because he'll just sit.
Because wherever he's going to go to a lesser team. And they're going to pay him big money, expect him to come in there and give them
if the Patriots are interested? They're interested.
They're going to put that much money in them now?
No.
Yeah,
Patriots don't believe in spending money.
Fuck you. Here's $26 million, Le'Veon.
ESPN reported possibilities early on could be Jets, Bucks have the cap space, but the one that was like we need a win and we need something was Houston next year.
Move on from Lamar Miller.
Yeah,
I like it.
So
he's about all right.
Either that, or there was like, oh, but there's the Eagles, and then there's these teams. But
they talked about the Eagles for a while, like trading for him and stuff. And I'm glad they did it.
Then you grab Golden Tate, who's been a stud.
One game.
In one game, you act like he's like supposed to come in and just immediately perform.
Cooper looked better in one game than him.
Jesus Christ, because they force-fed Cooper. We didn't have to force
got open.
Golden Tate.
Thomas.
They've got no separation. They can't help him.
Anyways.
And
let's go to NFL predictions here. None of us have made picks yet, so this will be interesting.
I made a couple.
Oh, of course you did. Son of a bitch.
Week 11 starts with Eagles Saints.
You want to talk about Week 10? How we did in Week 10? No, don't care about that.
2-3 for you guys.
2-3. Kevin back to his old ways here.
0-5.
0-5.
What is that? Like a shotgun or a shot?
I don't know. It's a shot, I guess.
Kevin,
Whatever you want to do, a shotgun or a shot. I feel like they're both the same.
2-3, 0-5, and 3-2.
Shotgun or a shot.
It's my first 0-5 for NFL at least.
Yeah, because you were just going 1-4.
Yeah, the Eagles let me down this week. I had the Cowboys too. That was the thing. It was a coin flip. It was a close game.
It was. I didn't even realize you went 0-5. That's...
The freaking 49ers last night had a chance to win it at the end. That didn't work out.
Giants. I wish I picked him in the real pick'em. Should have done it.
Should have manned up.
Should have manned up.
Should have manned up.
Didn't have the cojones for it.
You didn't.
This week we got another 5 solid games. First game, Eagles at the Saints. Corey's going Saints. I already know. I don't even have to ask.
How can you not?
You've made that statement multiple times throughout this year. I'm pulling the trigger. Eagles all the way. Bucks at Giants.
Get that.
Kevin going Bucks. G-Man.
I have no faith in Eli.
I don't want to lose his job.
Oh, not Ravens.
The Ravens.
Did that already happen? I feel like that already happened. Just because you're going, I might just go all opposite you.
Perfect.
Make up some ground.
Bengals Ravens.
Mark Jackson started. I gotta go with Bengals.
All right, listen, I'll agree with you on. Oh, Bengals also. Chiefs Rams game of the week right here.
I don't even know what to pick.
And they're both gonna put up nothing because they're gonna die of smoke inhalation. It's gonna be 6-3.
No, the field goals aren't even gonna go anywhere. The air is gonna be so thick with smoke. Every time they kick the ball, it's just gonna go like 5 yards.
Is this a Super Bowl preview or what?
No.
No?
No.
No?
No, I don't think the Rams are making the Super Bowl.
You know who I'm all in on.
Patriots, I know.
Yeah.
How can you not be?
The Golden Bowl.
Who are you going here? This is literally a toss-up. I don't even know. I don't know.
Chiefs are like one of 2 teams that have more weapons than the Rams, but the Rams are at home and they can control it. I'm going Rams.
I was hoping my Chiefs. I'm going to go Rams, but I might change it based on your next pick. All right. Vikings at Bears for our last game. Who wants to go first?
Bears.
Bears.
It's a Bears home game. I'm going Bears.
Oh, that was my. I'm gonna throw in an extra 4th point. Mitch Trubisky is getting it done now. He is just getting it done. Dude is legit.
I'm not saying anything.
He's legit. I don't care what you say. He's legit. He's gonna be drafted 1st round next year.
Well, that's some idiot.
Me.
More power to you.
I want to go Vikings. Don't want to go Vikings.
I mean, if we all go Bears, pick a different game.
What other game do you want?
Pull the Bills
pick
out.
A game we're gonna be different on.
What's that, Kev?
Is he talking?
We got Packers, Seahawks, Cowboys, Falcons. It's not tough.
What about Texans, Redskins? Does anyone think the Redskins are winning that game?
At home? I'd probably take Redskins.
I'm taking Texans.
All right. We're going Texans, Redskins instead. Where you going, Kev?
Texans.
Texans. Redskins. All right, there you have it. I'm going Redskins. 2 for 2, back-to-back weeks. Let's go. NFC East, show up. Get that win over the Saints. Get that win over the Texans. Let's go. Giants, fuck you. You're out. I don't want you to win.
Giants, you're out.
Giants, you're no longer part of the NFC East.
Oh, man, I didn't realize I had that one.
Should have been damn. Should have been the Cowboys.
All right. What else we got here? We're going to NBA real quick. Touch base.
Let's do it.
A little action on the NBA.
We'll start since these were my takeaways.
Yeah.
I'll ask the questions.
Go ahead.
Okay. Probably the biggest news of the week. Jimmy Butler traded.
This is not the biggest news of the week. Carmelo Anthony.
You think that's bigger?
Is bigger.
Butler traded to Philly.
I was gonna say he wasn't benched. He was already on the bench.
I hate Carmelo Anthony.
Butler traded to Philly for Sarge and Covington, Jared Bayless, and a draft pick. But the real question is, what does it do for each team? Did Elton Brand, the general manager for the Philadelphia 76ers, says now they have 3 of the top 20 players in the league. Do we even agree with that statement?
Is Elton Brand the general manager or is Embiid the general manager? With this process.
Right now, Elton Brand gets the title. I mean, we all know the Lakers have a GM, but we know who it really is.
Exactly. I have a bigger question for this. We'll get back to your question. If the rumors were true, and the Rockets offered 4 first-round picks for Jimmy Butler, do you consider this a better trade than those 4 first-round picks?
No.
Even if you're getting late first-round picks,
that's what I mean.
You have the possibility of.
I already thought about
still
that when this
drafting a
came
stud.
through. Do I really feel like Sarge and Covington are going to be better than any
Even if they were
first-round pick?
a late first-round
They'd probably be
pick.
the same.
Yeah. Like you're getting at least the same, but you have the possibility of getting better.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting with those guys. But it was all rumors. I mean, there was no definite.
I heard the big swing was Covington. They think he's a poor man's Butler. He plays really solid defense and he can shoot threes. But I'm not that big of a fan of his.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that great. He's just okay.
Yeah.
And Sarge is just okay.
I think as far as for what this does for Philly, I think it puts them up in the upper echelon of the East right now.
Does it give them a chance at the championship? That's really the goal of the trade. Did it do that?
I think it's a step in the right direction. But the rest of the pieces have to contribute.
That's a fucking answer.
I heard a rumor about them possibly going after former 76er Kyle Korver.
I want you to say Markelle Fultz sucks and they need a point guard, otherwise they're going nowhere. Let's put it down. He's the biggest bust in history. It's horrible. Horrible.
I think it's
just
a step
not
in the right
getting
direction.
the job
Danny
done right
Ainge pulling the blind over everyone's eyes once again. You can have Markelle Fultz. Yeah, here, take this first pick. We'll take Jason Tatum. I mean, that's a little bit less.
Didn't they have third pick? There was 2 people picked over it. Who else was picked over it?
He was third.
Markelle Fultz with second pick.
It wasn't Josh Jackson, right?
Maybe it was. That was
Was
the
it
other
Josh
pick they were thinking about.
He's just okay.
Because he went to the Suns, ahead of my number 2.
Yeah, both I mean, whoever took Jason Tatum and Dennis Smith Jr. and there was one other good one in that draft class. The rest has been kind of nothing.
Guy from Michigan.
Get out of here.
Did he win Rookie of the Year or no?
No.
Are they still voting?
I feel like Jason Tatum actually did. Oh, he didn't even get it last year, right?
I don't know.
Didn't Ben Simmons get it because of that bullshit rule?
Yeah.
It was Fultz first, Ball second.
Ball.
Donovan
Tatum
Mitchell's
third.
the other one that was good out of that draft class.
Josh
Donovan
Jackson
Mitchell's
fourth. Fox
That was the
fifth.
rookie year?
last year. Wasn't Donovan Mitchell a rookie last year? Look at 13. I think he was picked 13, right around there.
I didn't go that far down. 13. Donovan Mitchell. Boom.
Yeah,
Him and
but
Tatum
I
are
think
studs.
Ben Simmons, I think.
Won it, yeah. Off of a technicality,
yeah. What were you saying about Philly, though, Kevin?
They're looking at Kyle Korver, bringing Kyle Korver back.
Wow.
So they have a
back.
3-point
When did he play
shooter.
there?
He started his
Way
career
back
there.
when?
Way back.
Oh, is that where he started?
Way back when I was
remember
following
Atlanta
NBA.
on. I don't remember him before Atlanta.
That was back in like high school. I was
Yeah,
following
his rookie
NBA.
season,
Yeah.
Allen Iverson was actually on the Sixers.
Yeah.
Wow. So I didn't realize Kyle Korver was that old.
That old.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, moving on. What else you got here?
Wait, so what does the trade do for Minnesota?
Nothing.
Makes them worse.
They haven't lost since. Is the chemistry real? Do
Well-
you think he really fucked up the chemistry that bad? Because now they're making a big deal that they're 2-0.
First off, who was the 2-0? Like, who did
I
you beat?
totally
Yeah.
agree because I think it was Brooklyn
Right.
and Sacramento.
Yeah.
Who Sacramento's for
But-
whatever reason is playing well.
But either way,
Yes.
Brooklyn and
I know.
Sacramento, who have been non-existent as threats anywhere
For the last few
in
years.
high school leagues, anywhere, like literally anywhere, they're non-existent as a threat.
Kyle
I do feel
Korver's
it-
37, by the way.
What?
Kyle Korver's 37.
Yeah, he's old. Old man. Looks young still. But
I feel like they could have got more for him, but at the end of the day, like it ends that whole charade. Like, just get it over with. Now they can move on, move past it, and start building towards another future. You know.
is the Derrick Rose comeback real?
Till he gets hurt.
How long does it last for, though?
Till he gets hurt again?
Yeah.
Till the wind blows the wrong way.
I think that's one of the more exciting stories. of the year.
I do like it. I thought that was a pretty awesome moment for him. When he
Just
scored
because you
those.
know if you tore both knees, how hard it would be to have the mental focus to want to
I
come
would have
back.
gave up.
And then to even come back, and you didn't play. You played okay in New York. You did not play well in Cleveland. You almost gave up then.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you go off for 50 in Minnesota. I just can't imagine like that feeling. Like what happened that night?
I got the best blowjob of his life.
Must have been it.
All about the BJs.
So next big moment of the week, Carmelo expected to be released from the Rockets, but more importantly, I'm not even too concerned about that. Is he really the cause for Houston's woes?
What else did they lose? Did they end up losing somebody else? They lose a big guy?
To injury or something?
No, to like trade or
They traded
agency.
away. In free agency, they lost Luke Umba-Amute, one of the top defenders in the league, and Trevor Ariza, one of the top defenders in the league. And they haven't had Clint Capella yet this year.
he's a big
He's
factor.
injured.
Yeah.
So I just feel, because I know Dwayne Wade tweeted, they're using my boy as a scapegoat. Let's talk about what the real issue is in Houston, ... LeBron put facts retweet underneath it. So what are they alluding to? That D'Antoni sucks?
Either that or I mean, a lot of people hate on Chris Paul. I feel
They're
like.
boys with him, though. I don't think that is it, unless they're hating on Harden. But I don't know.
Yeah.
think they're hating on D'Antoni. Or the fact that, let's just be honest, you got rid of all your defense.
But how are
you got rid of all your defensive players and you expected to be good, and you aren't.
But also, how do you hate on D'Antoni after what he did last year? Everything worked fine last year. And then you add Carmelo this year.
I've just always felt like the league and some of the players aren't huge fans of him.
Oh, I agree.
There's something about him. He doesn't do anything against me.
I think it's the style. They don't like his running gun style.
Well, it's proven to never really be successful.
I mean, he was kind of successful with Phoenix for a little bit.
It depends on what your definition of success is.
Well, wins. They
won,
wins.
And Houston has won, but he's never gotten any team over the hump to the championship. Championship.
That's fair.
With that style.
Yeah. But I mean,
you're going to win lots of games with that style because people can't maintain that energy night in and night out. That's what he really outdoes.
So it's also going to wear out your team,
which seems to happen every year. Houston had a chance. When Chris Paul went down, they had a chance against Golden State.
I was actually excited to see them this year. Well, no. But there's also, I don't know if you saw, but there's some little bit of
drama with Golden State.
Yeah.
Do you really? Did you see the lip reading?
No. I'll just see his notifications on my phone.
If I can lip read, it does look like Draymond Green. This is the hard one to tell. Is saying he's a bitch anyways. It's definitely DeMarcus Cousins saying, yeah, you're right. But is Draymond really saying he's a bitch? And DeMarcus Cousins
about Durant?
Yeah, and DeMarcus Cousins agreeing. And it's all on film.
Jesus.
I want answers.
I mean, I don't see this marriage between.
If this really all goes bad this year, does Durant say "fuck you guys" and go to the Lakers?
I don't know where he goes.
He likes joining things that are already built, right?
I don't know.
Lakers aren't built.
You think LeBron could really?
I think LeBron would love to not be the number one at this point.
Well, yeah, but do you think he can really recruit him?
I don't know. Probably not. Moving on, Celtics, your boys. I think I looked up. They're 7-6.
The last 3 games, they've gone down by 20.
What's up with the mediocre play, man?
They go down by 20, and then they make a run in the fourth quarter. They won one of the games. They lost a couple of the other ones, but I just don't know. Then there was a report that Kyrie's wants a veteran presence on the team because he feels like everybody.
No one's listening to him.
I don't know if it's so much that nobody's you're a veteran. Why the fuck can't you be that veteran presence?
Why happened to Horford?
Marcus Morris, isn't he a veteran?
At this point,
yeah. I don't know what more of a veteran presence he wants, but.
Well, he said, "Fuck! I saw the Lakers go get Tyson Chandler, and now they're winning games. What do I need to go get?"
I don't know. I'm trying. One of my buddies, Gary, he's converted to a Celtics fan back when Rasheed Wallace went there, and now he stayed there.
He's a Rasheed fan.
Yeah. And
so he is a North Carolina fan deep down.
He probably doesn't even know he played in North Carolina because he doesn't. He's that much of a dumbass. Good thing he'll never watch this. But he gets all upset when the Celtics lose, and I'm like, dude, it's fucking a month into the season. I'm not even worried.
Mm-hmm.
Easily turn it around.
Easily.
They've got all Maybe they just need to get rid of fucking Gordon Hayward. I don't know. Trade him away. You don't need him, obviously.
Maybe you
played better last year without him.
Get rid of Kyrie and bring in Rozier full time.
Nah.
Now you're not on the Scary Terry band.
I love Scary Terry, but shit that Kyrie does is ridiculous, and I will gladly keep him.
All right. Last but not least, Lakers finally got a winning record. Is it for real? Are they going to keep up the momentum and the winning ways? They're 4-0.
LeBron was actually worried about this team.
Yeah, he admitted it.
Yeah.
I think they're so young. It's been a long time since he's been on a team like this.
Yeah. And he's always had veterans around him.
I think that's why they said, and I guess the reports are true, he called the Phoenix GM and asked if he was willing to do him a favor and send Tyson their way. What could they do to make it done? Got done somehow. So
LeBron sucked dick. You got Tyson Chandler.
And then Tyson Chandler makes the game-winning block against Trae Young. But if you're
that.
fighting that hard to beat Atlanta,
I know. Give it another 2 years, Trae Young's making that shot.
Trae Young's only downfall is he's not athletic. If you had a big athletic guard, he's going in and just trying to dunk on Tyson.
It's like Steph Curry, though. He should have just threw up a little more of a teardropper.
Yeah. Well,
Steph Curry would just launch it to the fucking rafters.
There's only one
shit would just fucking
Curry.
hit nothing but the net.
Curry would probably put it between his legs, around his back, around Tyson.
Regardless, Lakers.
You're not excited yet?
I'm not excited yet.
All right, moving on. Because Kevin's
checked out.
But he's back.
I'm back. I've been back.
Should we get into NASCAR? Dabble in this a little bit before we get into our heated debate of college basketball.
Okay.
Let's talk about how ridiculous this shit's getting.
The NASCAR?
Yeah, definitely.
Steffan's falling apart.
I'm not falling apart.
No,
I'm in the lead.
I fell
what the
apart.
fuck you mean?
I'm done.
I'm falling apart.
I fell apart. All right. In Phoenix, they had some wrecks to some big names, some people fighting for their last spots. In particular, Quint Boyer, who I took. Let's just talk about how when you first write your answer down on a test, you stick with the original fucking answer. And you don't switch and put a new answer down.
I learned that
if I put down
week.
Denny Hamlin, he would have given me 34 points, and I would have had the weekly, and I'd be just fine. But I decided to throw away 32 points because I was thinking, what is Denny Hamlin racing for? He's out of it. Boyer really needs this. He came in 6th last time. He's awful at Phoenix, but that 6 wasn't a fluke. He's good this year. Nope, fluke. 2 points. He sucks at fucking Phoenix, and I knew it. But I went with it anyway. And I threw away another year of fantasy NASCAR.
You're still on it. You still got a chance.
25. You guys both have to crash and have to have a good race.
You're only down 26.
Okay. It's going to be hard.
It's doable.
When we all have access to the top drivers at this point.
It's doable.
Because I don't think Harvick, Truex, and Kyle Busch, assuming those are the 3, are all crashing.
I mean, at least one of them might.
So anyways, I threw it away. Kevin, congrats to you. Coming from last, getting into 2nd, and making a run at it. You took Chase Elliott, who...
I guess you call the big winner of the week.
Yeah, he did average, but he did enough.
Kurt Busch. You know what was crazy? I saw Kurt Busch, he was back a lap or something. And then they're like, oh, Kurt Busch making a move. The next thing I knew, he was up in 3rd place.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let's fucking go. And then I checked back a little bit later. He's down 30th.
Crash.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're right. Did you get the tweet I sent you?
I don't think I did.
There's a picture of him after the race crying on Tony Stewart's
shoulder
because he was so. I think he really thought, which we talked about earlier. I thought Kurt Busch was a dark horse this year.
He was actually racing really good.
And I think he really thought this year was his year. He had it because his team was just clicking.
Even this race, he was one of the faster cars out there.
I did feel bad for him because, like I said, he only won. I shouldn't say only. Just to win a championship is hard. He won one his rookie year, and everyone has just since said that's a fluke because you've never done it since. And I think at this age, he is getting older, and he really saw an opportunity and and it just devastated him. I felt bad for him. I wanted to see him at least get a chance. Yeah. He didn't get a chance. That sucks.
I didn't realize that they took away. Did they take away somebody's win?
Harvick.
Yeah.
Harvick won last week, but his car afterwards failed inspection. He cheated. He made some illegal adjustments to the spoiler to gain a speed advantage. And so therefore the win still counts as a win, but he was docked the points and they did not allow him to just get automatic bid into the playoff.
So he had to
actually race.
Yeah.
Phoenix is his best race. He raced well. He did not win, but he raced well. Therefore, he's in. He just had to not fuck up. And he didn't. So now you got Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr. in the Final Four going at it.
Truex Jr. is defending champ.
Truex Jr.'s defending champ. Kyle Busch's best race is Miami. He loves to close out championships here. Kevin Harvick's trying to prove he's going to win 3 out of the last 5. Joey Logano's never won one. I'm sure he would love to win one. So it makes it a very interesting chase. By the way, we talked about ratings earlier, Kevin, with the football playoffs. Ratings for the chase in NASCAR is up 75% from the last few years. So I don't know if it's the younger drivers are exciting people because finally all the old guys that have been dominating are out. But
I feel like there's just
I'm not like a huge fan of NASCAR, but I think 1, people are loving this chase system, and 2, now that they've realized how it works, it took them a few years to kind of figure out what the fuck is going on with these points. But now that people understand it, they seem to really like that the drivers are really racing for things and really racing for wins instead of, okay, these 16 drivers all have an opportunity,
right?
And they just have to collect points going forward.
Right.
That's Jimmy won 6 years in a row at doing that, and they got pissed.
Because all he had to do was just collect.
Yeah, because all he did was just.
I do definitely like the elimination part, like where like each, every.
It makes it like a real playoff.
Yeah, it is nice.
So I was happy to hear that for them because I know NASCAR was getting worried sponsorships were pulling out, but NASCAR is back to being alive.
I mean, just me and Kevin alone watching probably
increased it
like 50%. So.
Well, anyways, having said that, Kevin, you decided what did we do
last year? It was based off of points. So Steffan goes first.
Okay.
It's a tough pick. I'm actually very worried about this. Because I really want to. I want to win this. I want to shut the haters up, Kevin.
Just be glad I'm not on next week's podcast.
Oh yeah, that'll be interesting. We'll have a winner.
This is tough. I feel like any 4 of these drivers could win it.
Well, yeah, these have probably been the 4 best drivers all year.
You know,
I don't know. Keselowski was maybe the 4th best driver.
Truex defending champ, he can obviously get it done. Kyle Busch has been solid. Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick have 7 wins each, right?
Yeah,
for the
and
year.
Kyle and Chase, even though Chase Elliott isn't in it, are the only 2 that had 2 wins in the chase.
Kyle Busch was kind of hot early.
Yeah. Then Harvick got hot. And Truex scattered some in there. Then Keselowski got hot.
Yeah.
And then we went back to Kyle Busch, basically.
Truex, I feel like, just got into the finals just by default because he just didn't.
He kind of has pulled the Jimmy, just steady.
Keeps getting the points. I mean, he did good in the regular season for sure.
He got 4 wins.
Kevin Harvick, I gotta go with Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch because both of them racked off 3 in a row at one point.
And then Kevin did back-to-back again at one point.
Yeah.
And then he won. Kevin Harvick just balled out this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Harvick, cheater and all.
Damn it. All right, so I'm going Truex Jr.
He's going with the steady hand.
It's all my back-to-back
steady hand. Look at this hand.
Go with the hot hand. Then I'm going Kyle Busch.
To be fair, I was leaning towards Harvick.
You were leaning towards Harvick?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was between Truex and Harvick for you.
Yeah, that was who I was thinking. I was thinking he seems to come on.
I kind of had a feeling.
You like Truex with it? I mean, he has the experience, obviously, of winning it last year.
Yeah.
I think he has a little bit to prove. The only thing that worries me with Truex
is he hasn't gotten a win in a while. That's my worry, man.
Well, and that race where Logano clipped him to win it at Martinsville, and he promised revenge, and now Truex and Logano are both in the final. I just hope that
revenge is best
served
as a win.
I hope that hot heads, they both realize the moment, or it's not the place for either one of us to take it.
Right? Truex revenge is winning the championship.
Yeah, there's no reason for revenge right now. Right. Both of us need this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully. Who the hell knows?
But like I said, Kyle Busch's best race just happens to be Miami. So It's not a bad third.
All I know is I need to just be 15 points behind Truex. I can at least get a share of the title, right?
What happens if it's a tie?
15, you get the win.
15, I get the win.
16.
16, I would share.
What happens if there's a tie?
I don't know.
We give it to who had the most wins of the chase, so Kevin would get it.
Oof.
No, I don't like that.
I like it.
I don't like
Seems
that.
fair.
You don't think that's fair? I mean, he
No.
picked the most winners. That's tough to do.
I picked more. I had better. I picked more.
I still beat you no matter.
First than
Wait,
him.
what?
I beat you overall and in the chase if you combine the two.
Well, we're not talking about the chase. We're not talking about the chase. Chase is moot. We don't even talk about it.
Heck, I had 5 perfect to your 2.
Oh no, I'm kind of happy too. We were all close this year again. I'm excited to do it all again next year.
Yeah, no.
See NASCAR is kind of fun.
I really could care less to really watch NASCAR, but this kind of like. I actually will look on the site and see where they
What they're doing.
On Sunday or whatever they're racing.
Well, and I know at one point we all watched the race.
I watched a little.
There
bit
was
of it,
one
yeah.
race where it
that
came down
Truex
to
one,
a
the Joey
really
Logano.
close-
Yeah,
that one.
That was the one. Yeah, I caught the end of that one. I definitely like watching towards the end more.
Yeah.
I can't sit there and watch a whole race.
I can't either.
No.
But I'll tune in every once in a while.
A lot of people say to tune into the last 50. Even sometimes I prefer the last 20.
Right. Let's see what happens. Back to back. Feel it. Let's go Harvick. Moving on to.
Can we just say fucking hoorah? It's here.
It's here.
It's here.
College basketball is here.
College basketball's
and
back.
I have been watching games nonstop.
And better than ever.
I haven't been watching college basketball.
Oh, I'm all in. I'm all in on college basketball.
I matched Steffan's all in. And
I was watching Manhattan versus. I didn't watch
it. I didn't watch Citadel.
Just kidding. Well, that's later in March whenever all the conference tournaments happen. That's when I'll start watching those games. I don't watch them.
All right. So are we going to get into the pick'em, or you want to do this quick weekly review?
Let's do the quick weekly review.
All right. Let's start with our teams first. I'll get away from those top questions.
Thank you.
Despite the lesser competition, Syracuse D seems legit. Are we all buying in? I'll start with you, Kevin.
Let's just say I'm not surprised. It's the same 5 from last year that shut down Miles Bridges. So it's the same
you think
team.
they're better this year?
I wouldn't go that far, but they're gonna be making noise. I think where they are in the polls suits them.
Do you want to see them with a better test before you want to make a full judgment on them?
I think that's with all of them. I'm not sold on.
No, yeah, obviously none of us have really played a legit test yet. But,
I'm not even just saying all of us. I'm just saying the top 25 in general. I usually reserve
Duke,
my opinion
Kentucky,
until mid-December.
Michigan State. Those
yeah,
were
but
legit.
is Kentucky the real deal or not? I'm just let me.
I get what you're saying there.
I like to wait until mid-December before I start sitting there and be like, all right.
I know
you
hate preseason rankings. You hate them with a passion.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even want to do our rankings this week. I forgot about them until right before the podcast.
I did mine kind of throughout the morning as I was on the shitter.
I had mine been done.
I know.
I was right before.
You didn't really have to change much because not many teams lost.
Right, only AP had to change. I had it right from the get-go. They had to come over to what I had going on.
You did not. No. Shut the fuck up. You're telling me you didn't change yours at all?
Well, I had to drop Kentucky.
Drop West
Just
Virginia.
like them in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And someone else out of it.
Washington.
He brought in Purdue.
Dropped out
I had
Washington.
to bring in
I brought in Purdue also.
All right. So what about their offense, Kevin? Are you excited, especially when they get Howard back?
Like I said, I want to see.
Offense to me seems to be same as usual.
I didn't catch the Saturday game, but they had 85, I think. So
that's the one we watched.
They were playing a lot of their bench players too, which was surprising for a Boeheim team.
Eastern Washington or something.
No, that was their first game.
I don't know who they played, but I know Steffan and I watched that game. It was another team. I mean, I wasn't excited about.
Right. It was like UNC Greensboro or something.
I don't know.
Either way. I'm not like excited. I'm just I want to see more.
Yeah, it's tough for me to like. I don't even like going to these games, like, because it's just never even fun.
Moorhead State. There we go.
They meant something.
Moorhead State.
Gonzaga, averaging over 95 a game.
That's not even like they're averaging over 100 a game.
Averaging over 100 a game.
So why'd you put 95? They haven't scored less than 100 yet. So how are they just averaging over
100 the other night?
Yeah, I told you.
So they're over 100 both games. Are you happy?
Thank you.
Offense legit?
Yeah, the offense is legit.
What happens when they play another good offense? Do they have any kind of defense?
No, they don't play defense. It's all about offense.
What are you going to do when you have to play one?
Listen, when we meet Duke in the Maui Championship, you're about to see 150 to 142 Gonzaga.
And Steffan means it when he gets the ratchet clap going.
When we meet Duke, the Maui Championship, shit is going down.
You guys are gonna be shitting yourselves when Duke blows Auburn out by 20.
Auburn's gonna upset them.
What the fuck is going on?
Bet
on. That's like another.
I don't want to bet on that. That one I'm not gonna bet on. No, I think we definitely have the offense to hang with just about anybody. Defense is always going to be kind of. I mean, Duke everybody is just ridiculous on their team. So I think it's going to be a great game. Whether they can actually slow them down or not. I mean, Duke actually kind of struggled with Army. I mean, they did end up pulling away, but for most of that game, Army was like right in it for the first time. For a lot of the second half too, at least like half of the second half. Yes. Dude, I was watching the game.
I
was watching the game. Were you watching?
Halfway through the second half,
no,
they weren't within 10. They weren't within 10.
Yes, they were. The they were the low 10s then. 11, 13 maybe. At most. I'm telling you, they were it. Dude, I'm going to fucking look it up. Fuck you. Fucking more bag. You're pissing me off. Go ahead and talk about your Carolina bitches.
Well, out of the three teams, I'm the only one who played people yet.
What do you mean?
Stanford is better than anything you guys have played.
Okay, but Stanford ain't shit either. They lost.
They're at least a major conference team. What? You guys played one yet? Congrats. Oh no, you didn't. We played a Pac-12. You guys lost.
We're playing Big 12 this week, so
finally, okay. I said yet.
All right,
I played the best competition yet.
Cool. Congrats. And you also played. Oh, you played at Wofford, who you should have beat last year, but you couldn't
Elon,
beat. Elon, that's a tough one too. Here, fucking smoke them.
Hence why I said no to your question. I'm not impressed
with the road wins.
Yeah,
I'm not really either, because I think the UNC team's a little bit improved from last year, surprisingly.
The UNC team is trash, dude.
They're better somehow.
Not. Where are you getting that they're better?
I think that the veteran leadership,
because they beat Stanford, so they're better. Is that what you're getting at right now?
I think actually might have better players.
When did Duke Sunday this? Look up the fucking play-by-play on this bitch. I will.
Look at the 10-minute mark. And
okay. Plan on it. Thank you. Play-by-play right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Looking it up. Get through the first half.
Should NBA teams begin tanking for a shot
second half
at one of Duke's big three? Who tanks in the NBA, Corey?
Yeah, it looks like they're still down in single digits here.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Mark. They're up 14.
10-minute mark.
They're up 14.
To Army. I didn't even know they had a basketball.
The point was they were up more than 10. It was over at that point.
Okay, I estimated the 10-minute mark. Now, it's pretty goddamn close.
You were close.
11 minutes, they were down 8.
to Army.
Then it went down to 11.
Cam Reddish got. Then
it went away. But yeah, exactly, to Army.
I just don't think Kentucky is that great. I think it's going to be another year like last
Apparently
year.
Kentucky's only as good as Army. We really want to talk about it. If that's how we're analyzing.
I mean, they're probably better than Army. Army only lost by what? Like,
you mean Army's better?
Army's better than Kentucky.
They lost by 22. How much did Kentucky lose by? 30. I think it wasn't even close.
They had more to play for. You think they give a shit about Army?
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, because they don't.
They do. Yeah.
Teams do tank to make the lottery. The only thing is, like, some of the teams already, the borderline teams are the ones that are going to have to question is tanking. Like the Celtics. Should they start tanking?
Lakers.
Probably. Done. Lakers probably should consider it. Zion and LeBron would be the shit.
That'll never happen.
They won't tank though. LeBron probably about trying to prove he can change.
I don't really believe. I don't think the players themselves tank. I think that GMs will trade away and like kind of tank that way by trading away your talent. I don't think players themselves. Like, I can never.
I think it's evident. And maybe in the NBA this is true, but I think it's pretty evident in football.
I really don't think. I don't. I mean, just playing in competitive sports myself, like, there's never, like, even if.
Did you think the Jets gave an honest effort this week?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. They're just awful.
You're probably the only person that.
They're just awful. They're not good.
To the Bills
they
and Matt Barkley.
Bulls and they're done.
They what?
I feel like they gave up on Bulls and they're done. I think they're done. So I don't know what they're going to do because they claim now they aren't going to fire Bulls.
I will hold to it. I don't think any player will actually intentionally, like, what is that going to do for those players? Like, that's not, you're not helping out those, like, those players aren't getting.
In that instance, I feel like the message was get rid of our coach.
Maybe. But I don't think that they intentionally played bad. Like, I could not picture another person playing a competitive sport at the highest level and being like, no, I'm purposely not going to play well today. Like, even if I've been on a shitty team, I still play hard. Like, you get to a point where you're getting blown out, yeah, then you give up. But, like, I will go into every game, like, giving it my all.
Do you even think Zion's the best person?
No, I don't know how we just got to that. So.
Well, because I'm done with the other.
Yeah, Zion's not the best.
Barrett.
No.
No, you like Reddish best?
I told you who I liked best.
Tilly.
No. We're talking about Duke players, right?
I know.
Nobody?
No, remember I told you? I looked at the text message.
I think it was Barrett.
No, it wasn't Barrett.
Young?
No.
There's only 5 guys on the starting.
Jesus. I think you said it was Barrett.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Barrett.
I did not. I swear to God it didn't. I'm going to find it.
All right. Anyway, well, he.
Yeah, move on. Move on while I'm looking at
Coach K said, even though Zion's the freakiest athlete he's ever coached, by the way,
Coach K don't know shit.
Coached at Duke, he did make sure to say, because he has coached the Olympic team, that R.J. Barrett is the closest thing he's seen to James Harden and the most NBA ready right now. Say you have James Harden on your team. It's kind of...
I don't know what he's looking for.
Right there. Did I not say that?
Yeah, that's a bullshit response. It's nothing.
You're telling me I didn't say that. I got to hold up to the camera?
Know.
Okay. O'Connell is the best player on Duke. And then I preceded that with Corey's the fakest North Carolina fan I know.
I think I started that.
Because now he cheers on his arch nemesis.
I feel like I started that. All right. Are you impressed with Kansas and Florida State after their statement wins versus Michigan State and Florida?
I was not expecting Florida State. Obviously, I picked them to lose, so that kind of fucked me over. But Florida State looks legit. They whooped on Gonzaga last year, which was kind of surprising.
They had a good tournament run last
year.
They
did. And I really didn't
carry over.
I think that they might be legit this year, honestly.
Better for the ACC, I guess.
Kansas, I mean, Kansas is what Kansas is. Steady as always.
Till tournament time.
But they won't go down first round like fucking Virginia.
Can you bank on Kansas and Cincinnati choking every team, no matter where they're ranked?
Except the years they won.
Virginia losing, choking.
I didn't rank them that high this year. I don't know what people are smoking.
Puff pass over there. Yeah. What do we want to get into here? Pick them?
That's all we got left.
Huh?
That's all we have left. Pick them. Steffan went 5, or Corey went 5-0.
Corey went 5-0. Kevin,
stealing my thunder from last year. 2 and 3.
A couple bad ones. I still don't know why I picked Kentucky.
Because we were hating on Duke.
Yeah, we were.
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't want to admit that they're real. You still don't.
I don't like that we all fucking picked 3 of the same. But...
Here.
We'll deal with it. So this week, we've got... Wow. Oh, Mississippi State's wrong, apparently.
There we go.
So this week we got Michigan at Villanova. Nobody thinks Michigan's going to pull off the upset?
Nope.
No chance.
No chance.
Too high on Jay Wright.
Moving on. Syracuse.
Just pull the trigger. You love Michigan.
I don't.
State,
I do not. I love the one guy on Michigan, and that was it.
R.J. Wilson.
No, that wasn't even his name.
DJ Wilson.
Next game, Syracuse UConn. This is in Madison Square Garden, basically a home game. UConn could. You don't think UConn could pull it?
No.
I was tempted to pick them, but
we might as well have picked UNC Stanford if we think UConn had a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Syracuse with their non-existent offense against UConn.
And their non-existent team.
Non-existent team. UConn has a new coach this year, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Not Calhoun, because he's getting technicals in D3, so I'm not excited yet.
He's getting W's, though.
Yeah. Man's a winner.
Hey.
We'll see what happens here. I would love to pull the trigger on UConn, but I'm trying to make up some ground here, and I have to play safe a little bit.
I'm pulling the trigger this week.
Moving on, Gonzaga at home against Texas A&M.
Kevin likes Texas A&M.
Kevin loves Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't figured that one out.
I don't think Kevin loves Texas A&M. I think he hates
Gonzaga.
Yeah.
And he's just
not sold on the offense.
He'll never be impressed by them, no matter what they do.
If they beat Duke.
Even if they beat Duke in the Maui championship, he'd be like, "Well,
now they got to beat Tennessee."
No, it was in Maui.
No, he already has it now. Duke wasn't that good anyway.
Yeah, Duke wasn't that good anyway. They only beat Kentucky.
They haven't beaten Tennessee.
If they only beat Auburn, it was nothing.
Whoop-de-doo.
We got Mississippi State versus Arizona State. Oh, he did change it up.
You're welcome.
I thought that you were. I was hoping that this was going to pull you in, and then you didn't surprise me. And you didn't bite on it at first, but thank you for finally biting on it.
I've liked what they've done.
You knew if you both went Arizona State, I was going to bite on it because I was all high on the Bulldogs last year.
Yeah, no. For some reason.
Yeah, and then this year they're ranked.
Weren't they ranked last year?
They could have been when they were 13-0 before they actually played people.
Playing the worst schedule in Division One. I still don't even know why. I don't want to really pick either of these teams. They're both awful.
54 and 49. Mississippi State is favored by 54%.
Should be close. Neutral court. So see what happens there.
This game really intriguing.
Arizona versus Iowa State. I don't even know who Arizona has right now. Usually they have, decent players.
They got a big recruit, and then Iowa State's best player it won't be playing in that game. He injured his ankle.
Injured his ankle or got caught cheating? Too soon?
Iowa State?
No, Arizona.
Iowa State's best player is in a cast.
Whatever.
And will not be playing in that game. That's why I was wondering why you guys picked this.
Because obviously neither of us saw that.
Yeah.
The best player at Iowa
Whatever.
State went down,
I'm sticking with my pick.
I'm sticking with it too. They're on a neutral court. I believe Iowa State wins a lot of neutral court games. From my research,
they're both still good programs.
Iowa State has a lot of accessory players, what I'd call them, that will step up, contribute, and take over. Bet you don't go 5-0.
I don't want to make that bet.
You don't want to bet?
No, because
you picked
lose and ruin it for me.
4 out of the 5 of the same ones as me, so the only one I guess obviously any one of those 4 you could get wrong, but whatever. We want to look at college basketball top 25?
Sure.
That's the end. End game.
Wrap it up.
I didn't even put numbers next to them because that's how much I care about this poll.
Jesus.
Well, someone
just half-assing shit now.
Oh, says the guy that gave me his poll in this morning.
Listen, just be happy I gave you the poll.
Yeah, I'm not happy because that would have been less work for me.
Oh shit, Gary did one?
Oh wow, good job, Gary. Thanks, bud.
Maybe he is watching.
They're better.
Gary.
Not much changed.
Other than Duke becoming number 1, yeah.
Duke is number 1 now. Who changed on that? Oh, AP.
Corey and AP.
Or Gary. I mean, Gary changed on that.
He left Duke.
God damn you, Gary. Make up your mind already. Kansas number 2. Gonzaga holding us strong at number 3. Nevada coming in at number 4. Tennessee number 5.
Ooh, yes. Buffalo made it in.
Buffalo did make it in.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Not
me.
It was me.
AP did. Jesus.
AP and
really, dude? I'm out. Nah, I'm good with this. Let's just move on. Wrap up music.
They beat West Virginia. Just saying.
They beat West Virginia, so they go from being not ranked. They were not ranked in yours.
They had them. They were actually at 25. Thank you.
Dude, if Army beat Duke, they'd be number 1 ranked.
Holy fuck!
If you look back at preseason, I had them at 25. So suck it.
I just saw that. So now you're saying that they
beat the 13th best team.
It's an early poll. Who cares?
And West Virginia dropped out.
They lost to Buffalo.
West Virginia was so good. And they now have left his top 25.
They lost to Buffalo.
They were so good. It was such a good win for Buffalo that they launched up to number 11. Wrap it up. Wrap this podcast up for good. I am out.
You're welcome. Stay classy.
They shouldn't even be there, though. They shouldn't even be there.
West Virginia's
Purdue didn't even make it in. Purdue didn't make it in.
Well, you and I put in 25. That's our number.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, who's got Marshall? Where's Marshall at? Where? 21st? 21st? I don't know. Nobody.
To be fair, they went up
West
one.
Virginia last year, maybe? Is that what you're basing this off of?
To be fair,
West Virginia last year? They hung with West Virginia?
to be fair, I had Marshall at 22, so they just went up one. That's why.
I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm going to have a legit heart attack.
You're welcome. On that note, always cool.
Worst podcast on the radio.